Hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another solo playthrough where today we're going to be playing Neko Syndicate, which means cat for the uncultured out there. And this is a game being brought over to the US by 25th Century, and it is a game about controlling a clan of cat gangsters and smuggling sushi around the city. That sounds way more thematic than the game actually is, but ever since getting it, I have just fallen in love with this game. I have just been playing it on repeat, and I was just really excited to record this playthrough and share it with you guys. So here I am set up for a solo game where I'm going to have my red clan that we are controlling here, and then this blue clan is going to be our opponent for the game. And actually there's nothing we need to do during actual gameplay, so I'm going to put them off to the side just to clean up the area a little bit, and we'll worry about our opponent at the very end of the game when we're doing scoring. Now, this is going to be a tableau building game where we are going to be building out a pyramid of cards and building our own kind of optimal sushi smuggling route. Now, the way that we're going to do that is that the game's going to last 15 rounds, and every round we're going to take our little clan boss here that is represented by this colored meeple, and we're going to send them down the pyramid. And the way we go down the pyramid is going to trigger specific actions the further we go down. So you can see here on the left and right side of these cards, there are going to be these little action spots, and we could choose either to go to the left or to the right, and that's going to determine which of the next level of the pyramid we're going to go down. So this game is all about building kind of optimal routes for your actions and trying to kind of get the most out of each of those rounds. Now, the actual goal of this game are going to be broken up into kind of two main categories. The first is going to be to smuggle sushi. So you can see every card at the top have these little sushi icons, and there are 4 types of sushi in the game. There's this tuna, whitefish, salmon, and this like grayish fish. I forgot what it's called. But those are going to be the 4 types of fish that we're going to try to be kind of smuggling around the city. Now, the way that we're going to score points in this game are by 2 primary categories. The first is going to be fulfilling sushi orders. So you can see at the top of each of these cards here, there are different kind of sushi contracts that we're going to be able to fulfill. First is going to be for sashimi, so if it doesn't have rice under it, all we need to do is get the matching cube into the spot, and then we could choose to slide it up, and that's going to fulfill the condition. If it has the rice under it, meaning that it's nigiri, we're going to need to make a cook rice action, and that's going to allow us to fulfill it. And some of these other city cards are going to have different actions, and as we see them, you're going to see there's one that has like a little rice icon, and if we can cook rice and the cube is in the right spot, we're going to score that many points. Now, the other primary way we're going to score points is through these different kind of mission cards, and 3 of them are going to be dealt out during each of the games. And so depending on the round that we complete that mission, we're going to take one of our scoring tokens and we'll plop it on whatever round we did it. The earlier you do it, and the first person to do it, or the second or third person, is going to score some additional points. Now, the blue ones are set up as part of the kind of solo difficulty. You can choose how many points they're going to score. Here I have it like 1 tier above the easy difficulty because I've gotten thrashed by this AI. It's very, very efficient. And here it's going to score 8, 6, and 4 points. So our goal is to try to do them as early as possible. And I'll explain what each of these does in a moment, but that's going to be the goal of the game. Fulfilling sushi contracts, as well as completing these mission cards. Now, most of the actions I will touch on as they come up during the game, but there are 2 that I want to highlight because every player is going to start with them during part of setup, because you're going to start with your lieutenant card here, and these 2 actions are going to be the same no matter what you're doing. And so this one on the left is going to draw 3 cards from the deck, and then you get to keep one of them and put them in your waiting area. And so you can have a max of 3 cards here, and the lieutenant on the right is going to let you play cards from your waiting area into your pyramid. So that's the main way that you're going to get cards from the deck, put them in your hand essentially, and then you can play them on future turns. And as part of setup, we're going to draw 4 cards, we get to play one of them on the left-hand side, and we get to keep another one. So I've already done that as part of setup, so this card we can now play at the beginning of the game. Now, one more thing that is important to mention about actions, and I think one of the coolest parts of this game, is that the potency of these actions is going to depend on which level of the pyramid there are. So if something is on your 4th level of your pyramid, you could do it 4 times, 3 times, 2 times, and then 1 time. So the further down a card is on your pyramid, it's going to be more effective to do those actions. Now, I will also mention how these cards are actually broken up. So each of these minion cards are going to have a top neighborhood and a bottom neighborhood. And that's going to be important as we are trying to move things around. It's going to take actions in order to move them around different neighborhoods. There's also these subway stations. So one of the actions we're going to be able to do is to move cubes between different subway stations of the same letter. So this is a B subway station, this is a C. So trying to build out your pyramid in a way where you're able to most effectively move things around is also another big part of this puzzle. So now, before we get started, let me quickly talk about the different actions that we have available to us at our kind of starting cards here. So on the left-hand side, you're going to see this fishmonger action. So there's one for each of the different colored cubes, and if we activate the fishmonger, we are able to move over a certain amount of cubes onto our fishmonger spot here. And so since this is on the second level, if we did this action, we would be able to move over up to 2 cubes. You don't have to move over all 2, but you could do up to 2 cubes. And so if we activated the subway action, we would be able to move cubes between matching subway stations. Obviously, right now in our pyramid, we have no other subway stations, so this would be pretty useless, but that is one way that we're going to be able to move around cubes. And now the last action we have in front of us right now is going to be the delivery lady, which is this little arrow here. And what that's going to let us do is move our cubes around the different neighborhoods one level. So one action per cube you move in between each of these levels. And so that's going to be another kind of key way that we're going to be able to move our sushi around and complete these different objectives here. Now, before we get really started, let's go over these different round goals so we kind of have an idea of what we're going for here. So this first one is going to be having 5 subway or delivery lady actions in our pyramid. This one here is going to be deliver 2 of each sushi type. And this one over here is going to be completing 2 cards that are in the central pyramid here. So you can see it's highlighting the 3 cards. If we can complete 2 of those, we will complete this mission here. And if you're enjoying this playthrough video, please consider liking and subscribing to join the channel. I do a lot of playthroughs, reviews, previews, and all sorts of board game content, and I would love to have you on board. Anyway, back to our sushi smuggling operation. And so with all of that, I think we are just about ready to go here. So let's go ahead and do this. And I'm actually going to start over here. I'm going to do a accountant action is what it's called. And I'm going to draw 3 cards. And I'm going to pick one of them to add to our waiting area here. So here I have a delivery lady with another fishmonger. I have a fishmonger with a rice action. And then I have a fishmonger with another delivery lady. So I kind of want this one for the rice action, but we have no access to salmon yet. We have no orange fishmongers yet, so that's going to be tricky to do that. I have learned in this game that sometimes you just don't draw these rice cards, so I'm going to choose to keep that in my hand over here for now because I'm scared of not drawing one later. So I'm going to go ahead and take that, and these other 2 will go over here into the discard pile. And now we're going to move down our pyramid further, and I'm going to choose to activate the white fishmonger, and so we're going to take 2 cubes because it's on the second level of the pyramid. And also, maybe I didn't mention this before, but there's also this kind of like rainbow icon, and this is going to be fulfilled by any fish. It's like a wild, we can put whatever cube we want there, and then we can fulfill it. So we have reached the end of our pyramid. That's going to end all of our actions. At this point, we would check if we completed any missions, which we haven't. And now we're going to move into round 2. So here we go. Just go again. I'm actually going to play another card to my pyramid, I think. And I'm going to take this card here. So we're going to add it to our pyramid right here. And now we're going to keep moving down. And I'm going to activate the tuna fishmonger and bring out 2 fish down there. Ending our action. This is a really snappy game, as you can see. The first couple actions are pretty quick until you start to build out your pyramid and kind of have more to go after. But right now, I really want a salmon fishmonger or maybe a fish trader, which we might see here in a second. Let's see. We got another white fish and rice. We got a salmon fishmonger and a subway station, and we got another white fishmonger and a delivery lady. So I'm definitely going to keep the salmon. And I'm going to play that pretty soon, I think, because we need some salmon to fulfill this card, and as well as our lieutenant card up here. So here, we could do the subway action now. Do we have any B subway stations? Actually, no. So we have nowhere to send these cubes. We could send these C cubes up here, but I don't think that's particularly helpful right now. So I'm actually going to take another white fishmonger action and just add another 2 cubes here. Now, I didn't mention endgame scoring, but there is a penalty at the end of the game if we have any cubes that are not used to fulfill any deliveries. So there is a little bit of risk of just like flooding fish into your board and not having like a place to put them. So still pretty early. We still have a lot of time to kind of figure things out, but something to keep in mind that you don't want to like spam your fish onto your board. Okay, so I think we're going to play this buddy here. I think we're going to do that. So we're going to do another play fish action. And we're actually going to play our fish here on our 3rd level, which I like. And then we're going to take another tuna action, get 2 tuna cubes, and then we're going to take a salmon action and take 3 salmon. And here we actually have a D subway. So we have another subway action. So we have some cool stuff we could do with subways on the next turn, I think. Okay, and that's going to send our boss back up here, and we are on round number 5 already, a third of the way through, and we have not completed any sushi delivery. So we got to get the ball rolling here and start doing some more stuff. So I am thinking that we want to start getting things in place to cook some rice. So if we could do that, if we could play the rice on the 4th level, we can bang out a whole bunch of those different contracts there. So let's go here. Let's draw another 3. And, oh yes, okay. So this is an important action here. This is the fish trader, so we can exchange cubes for another color, and we're going to be able to do that a number of times equal to what level it's on. So if we put this on the 4th level, we're going to be able to do that 4 times, which is extremely helpful, especially when we're kind of top-loaded with red and white fish here. We have the black fish and another fish cooker, and then we have fish and subway station. So part of me wants to take another subway station because we need that for the personal goal, but I think having a fish trader is too valuable. I think getting those out soon is going to be really, really impactful. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's do some transportation actions, especially since we have the fish trader. We have a good way of dealing with mismatching cubes. So here we could do this 2 times. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to send, so I can go from D to another D. So I'm going to send these 2 salmon cubes up here. And on a future turn, I'm actually thinking I'm going to exchange them into different colored cubes, which would be helpful. And let's go down here, and we could do another subway action. These B's could go to B, or we can send these C's up here. I'm going to do that, actually. I'm going to do another subway action, and then I'm going to send these 3 cubes, because it's on the 3rd level, and I'm going to send them over here to C. And then I think I'm going to, again, exchange them, and then we'll have a good spot to complete this whole card. Okay, and that's going to go back up here. And we are back in the game, and we're going to play a card, and we are going to play this down here to our 4th level because I kind of want to force the fish trader to happen. And let's throw out another 2 red cubes here, and then we need to take the subway action because we got to go down to this card, so we need to take the leftmost action here. I guess I could have played it here. Yeah, all right, I already did it. Let's just keep it. So we could do 3 subway moves. So I'm going to move this D up here. I'm going to move 2 of these red cubes up to C. And I think that's more in the future. I want to get these up to the lieutenant cards, and this gets them a little bit closer for when we have to use delivery lady actions to get them up here. So we're just going to keep that, keep them hanging out there. And then we're going to go down here, and we're going to be able to do 4 trade actions. So first thing we're going to do here is exchange 1 orange for a gray, and then we can immediately fulfill that. And then over here, I have, 3 left. I'm going to exchange 2 of these for 2 oranges, which will let us fulfill that. And I have 1 left. So I'm looking down here. I want to complete this, right? Because one of our objectives is to do these 3 center cards. And I have good access to orange. I have no access to gray. So I think I'm going to make one of these white into a gray cube. And that was my 4 fishmonger exchanges. So we'll go here. We're going to go to the next round. And we are cooking, I think. Now we're going to get like a little bit of a good pathway to actually fulfill some of this stuff. I want to cook some rice, I think. So we're going to go here. We're going to play another card. And we're going to go ahead and put out our rice cooking action. I'll show you how that's going to work in a second now. And then I think we're going to play out some more red cubes. So we'll put 2 more out. We're going to play some more orange cubes. So we're going to get 3 of these guys. Plop them down here. And then let's do some rice cooking. So now since this is on the 4th level, we can do this 4 times. And over here, we're going to do 2. We're going to cook the rice and let us fulfill that contract. And then over here, we could do it 1 more time. So there we go. And so with that, we have completed those cards. We have 1 more rice action, but we have no more cubes in a spot where we can actually complete that. So that's going to trigger the end of our round. I'm actually very low on delivery lady actions. So a lot of these guys without subway stations connecting them are a little stuck. So actually I'm going to go ahead and we're going to draw 3 more cards. And we are looking for delivery ladies. And we have one here. And we also have some white fish. Are they on D? Ooh, they are on D. I'm going to take this because this is also the D train station. That will kind of open things up to move things around. Now we'll keep going down. Let's go ahead and do some subway actions. Ooh, right here. Perfect. So we can send these 2 cubes from a D station down to this D station that needs 2 salmon. So that's perfect for them. And that was the 2 subway actions we had from there. So we're going to keep doing down. Okay, so we could either do another subway action, or we could get some more cubes. I think subway actions are the way to go right now. And we could do 3 of them. And so these are on C, right? So we could send these 3C down here. And that's a tuna. And then these tuna can fulfill the wild. So that's actually perfect. Oh, this is going really well. I got to get these up here for the lieutenants. So I think we're going to do a fish exchange. So I picture this gray going down here. And then this orange can go up here. That leaves these 3 whites kind of open for anything. So I'm going to make 1 white into an orange. And then I'm going to make 1 white into a gray. And then I kind of picture these guys going up to these cards so I can fulfill the lieutenant cards. Because it's a big one. Another penalty in the game is that if a card has no fish fulfilled on it, you take a point penalty. So you want to make sure you've completed at least 1 of these sushi spots on each of these cards. I hope we'll do much better than that, but at a minimum, you got to do 1 or else you take a point penalty. In any case, that is our completed fish trading action. Okay, we got to play a card because I really want to get some delivery lady actions. And I almost picture the delivery lady going here, because then we can go delivery lady into another delivery lady, which would be pretty sick. So I think we're going to do that. We're going to go down here. We're going to play a card. We're going to play a card to this neighborhood here. And then we're going to go ahead and go delivery lady. So that's 2. I'm going to bring these 2 up here. And that's all those actions. And then we're going to go down to level 3. And we're going to do another delivery lady. And I'm going to bring 1 down here. And then 1 up here. And we're going to go crazy with the next cook rice action. And that's going to be the end of our actions there. And since we have no cards, we actually can't go this route. So we have to go this way and draw some more cards. Okay, so we could take double transport card. We could take fish trading and tuna. Or we can take trading and rice. Do we want another rice action? I feel pretty good with where our rice is right now. I think I'm going to take this card. I think I'm going to take the double transport card and just have some flexibility there. Yeah, I think I like that. That's also going to complete this whenever we play it, and we'll have our 5 different subway and delivery lady icons out. Okay, let's keep going down. We got to get to this rice, so we need to go this way to the subway. And do we even need to do any subway actions? Everything's pretty good where it is right now. So not optimal playing, but I'm not going to use the subway action. I'm pretty happy with where our cubes are right now. And then we're going to go down here. And we actually have... Oh, they're all out. Okay, we have no more sushi cubes. So we actually cannot do this action here. So this is actually a very bad example. Like, you usually don't want, like, 2 dead actions in your like, you know, combo phase going down. But again, I am a novice at this game, especially when I'm trying to play quickly for recording, not making the most optimal plays. But in any case, we're going to go down to the rice cooking. We're going to do 4 rices. So we're going to go 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4. We're going to go back up, and now we actually can complete this one here, where our 2 center cards are going to complete this requirement here. So we're going to take our little 3-tiered guy, and we're going to put him here to show that we're going to get 12 points at the end of the game. I haven't checked this one. We have 2 oranges, we have 2 blues or grays. Oh, we haven't delivered any whitefish. Yeah, we probably should do that, huh? So we can complete this guy. Oh well. All right, we're going to try to do that. Actually, I don't even have any... I have this guy, if we can do 2 whites. Okay, well, we'll figure it out. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's play a card. Let's drop this over here. So right now, we only have 2 spots left in our pyramid to fulfill. We only need the leftmost card and the rightmost card, and then we'll build out our whole pyramid of actions here. Let's do some delivery ladies. So that's going to be 2 cubes we can move. Let's go 1 and 2 and just fulfill that. I think I'm happy with that. Let's get some white cubes out. We're kind of desperately short on white cubes. So let's put 3 there. And then, ooh, is this crazy? Do we just put all the 4 white cubes out? And then just rely on like fish trading and transportation to get everything through? I'm going to do it. I'm going to shoot my shot. This might kind of screw us over at the end of the game. but I feel somewhat confident with this. And just, we have a lot of strong transport actions. I think we can kind of figure it out from there. But we do now have a total of 5. We have 6, I think, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to claim this objective on round number 11. I'm going to stand this guy up because it's getting a little crowded. And we are now, yeah, we're on the last 4 rounds of the game, so we really kind of got to get things going. All right, anyway, let's go 3. I would love some more fish trading. Ooh, rainbow fish. I like that. Take that card. All right, we got to get ourselves in gear here and start fulfilling these contracts. All right, so if I go this way, I can subway from A up here and complete these guys, and then cook some rice. All right, so let's go down here. I can move 2 cubes between subway stations, so I'm going to go A to A. I'm going to move 2 cubes there. And then I can go fishmonger. I'm not going to take any cubes, well, there's no orange cubes in the warehouse anyway. And then we're going to cook rice. So we're going to cook 1 rice, 2 rice, 3 rice. And then these we can fill in because they're just regular sushi spots or sashimi spots. And then that is it for that action. So let's go ahead and play a card. Let's play it down here to this corner. And let's do 2 delivery lady actions. So here we can go 1, 2. Let's do a 3 delivery lady action. And we can go 1, 2, 3. And then we could do subway or we could do a trade action. All right, I think I'm going to fish trade. I think that's the most helpful. Because here I can complete this card. We could trade in 1 white for 1 red. So that's a single action. I think we need another gray cube. I want to get another gray cube out because I need to fulfill this one over here. So we need at least 1 of each. These 3 are spoken for. So I think I'm done fish trading. I think I'm happy with that. Go up here. Actually, wait, before we keep going, do I have 2 of each color? I have 2 white, 2 red, 2 orange, and 2 gray. Okay. I may have done that on an earlier turn. I just missed it. But let's go ahead and claim that objective. So we've done all our missions, which is good. Okay. We have 2 more rounds left. So we need to go this way because we need to collect enough cards to finish our pyramid. We don't want to take a penalty for that. All right, we have rice and trading, rice and grayfish, or salmon and delivery lady. Ah, damn it. All right, let's just take this one. This one has fish trading. I don't think we're actually even going to go down to this card for actions, but I think that seems the easiest to deal with. And if it's an A, we can go A to A, which would be nice. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Not really sure where we're going, but we're going somewhere. So let's go ahead to here, fishmonger. I think we're overextended with fish cubes right now, so I'm not going to take any. And then we're going to do delivery lady action. We're going to get 3 of them. This was down here. I think they were both down here. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to do a cooking rice action. And we're going to complete 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go here. 15. All right, this is the last round. Actually, no, this was a mistake. I shouldn't have played this. When you take this action, it goes to your hand. I have to play it this round, which is fine. I'm still going to play. I didn't do anything on it. But mistake there, if you guys caught it before, that shouldn't have gone right out. That should have gone to my hand there. Okay, let's go here. We're going to play our last card, which is fine. All right, this is it. This is our last turn. We kind of got to make it count. And I'm afraid I don't think we're going to pull this off here. I think we need another rice action at the end of the day. And I don't know where we're going to get one. So I think going delivery lady is going to be the best way forward to do something at least. So let's go delivery lady. Let's move 1 up here, move 2 up here. So at least we're getting something done. Let's go delivery lady again. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have cubes. I'm going to have extra cubes. Oh, I wish I had another rice action, but I'm not going to get one. Oh, this is so sad. Oh, I think this is it. So let's go 1, 2, 3. We can fulfill that there. And then I guess we're going to do a subway action. And A can go to A, which will let us fulfill at least 1 on that card. And then we only have 2 cubes out. We can go B. B can't go anywhere help. Oh no, B can go over here. Oh wait, this is actually okay. B can go up here, complete that one. And then we have a D cube, and I think this one's gonna be a dead cube. Okay, and it's gonna go here, and then we are gonna finish the last round. So let's do some scoring here. Let me just grab a scoring sheet, and I'll explain to you guys how endgame scoring is going to work here. So let's go through some endgame scoring. So we're gonna look at each level of our pyramid, and we're gonna count how many points we got on each of those levels. The first thing we're gonna look at is how many cubes we delivered, and then we're gonna get 1, 2, and 3 points. And then we would also get a bonus 2 points if we had completed all of them, which we didn't. So we're gonna get 3 points. And then each level is gonna have a multiplier. So you're gonna multiply your score by 4, 3, 2, and then 1. So the higher ones are more beneficial if you complete them. So I should have prioritized getting that one done, which I didn't. So we're gonna go 4 times 3, we're gonna get 12 points for that one. Let's go to our second one here. We're gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9. With our bonus points, we're gonna get 9. 9 times 3, we're gonna get 27 points for that one. Pretty good, actually. We'll go to our next level here. We're gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then since we have a loose cube here, we're gonna lose 2 points there. So we're actually gonna get 8 points for this level. Times 2, it's gonna be 16. And now down here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9, 10, 11, 12. So this isn't too awful, actually. We didn't lose any points, but if any of these had no fish cubes on it, that would be a minus 2 point penalty. And if any of our levels of our pyramid were missing, like we didn't complete a 10 card pyramid, you would lose 2 points for any cards missing. Like if this card wasn't here and we had an open spot, that would be a minus 2 point penalty. So we actually did pretty good avoiding penalties. We only had this one loose cube. That has been like my biggest lesson playing this a bunch of times. You don't want these loose cubes. It will destroy your score. Okay, now let's look at our different objectives here. So we got 10 points for the first one. We got 6 points for the second one. And then we got 12 points for the third one. So we have a total of 84 points here for our final score. So now it is time to look at our opponent over here. So the way that this is going to work is that we're going to take the discard pile and we're going to build a pyramid for our opponent. So we're just going to put them out here. So now we're going to fulfill their different spots from top to bottom, left to right, using their pool of cubes here. And so that's another difficulty adjustment where you can put between 6 and 8 cubes in their warehouse so that they'll score less points at the end of the game, essentially. And now we'll just go ahead and fulfill these. Okay, so I have filled out all of the opponent's cubes, so then we're going to do the same type of scoring. Okay, so after doing our opponent's score, they got 101 points, so we kind of got blown out by this stupid blue cat. But yeah, I don't think I've won this game once, even on the... Or actually, no, I won it once on the very easiest difficulty, but after stepping it up one step, I've kind of been getting destroyed. But this isn't a game I so much care about beating the AI opponent here as much as I just enjoy the actual, like, puzzle of doing and building out the pyramid. So there you have it, a playthrough of Neko Syndicate. I got kind of destroyed by the blue cat there, but I do play this better off camera. This is a game that really rewards thinking out and planning and really kind of optimizing how you're playing these, which does not correspond to necessarily fun to record and watch. So I was playing a little loose. There were some turns there where I was just having dead actions, and typically if you have that, you're doing something wrong. So I've really been enjoying just the optimization and the building of the pyramid. There's just something very fun about having your clan leader go down the pyramid this route. It just feels very, very rewarding to me to play. And I've noticed like the incremental increases of my score every time I play it. I see myself inching up higher and higher in score, which is just really fun to keep going back and playing. So really enjoying this game. I hope you guys enjoyed this playthrough of it. I was just really excited to share it with you guys as I just kind of been falling in love with it recently. So hopefully you enjoyed this playthrough and learned about it in case you haven't heard about it before. So I hope you guys enjoyed this playthrough of Neko Syndicate. If you have any questions about the game, be sure to leave them in the comments below and I'll be sure to get to them. And thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.